Welcome to Bitches That Wine.
Bitches That Wine.
Bitches That Wine. I'm Lauren.
I'm Danielle.
And today, what did we go over, Danielle?
We went to Longship today.
Longship Cellars.
Yes.
It's one of our local wineries. So that's kind of nice that it was only like 5 minutes from my house.
That's very nice.
It is. It was also like, it's in a convenient spot. Like if you want to go to the park.
It's in a very convenient spot.
Like if you get too drunk there, you can go walk around the park. There's a nice little walking path.
You can. It's
and
by the
sober
river.
Up. Yeah, it's over there by, what's that park? Howard Amen.
Howard Amen. Because
it's actually located in Richland, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Before we forget to say where it's at.
Yes, we're terrible about this.
So Howard Amen's pretty busy park. It's got nice walkways.
It's very long. So all mainly along the river.
Yeah.
Right there,
so it's a really beautiful walk.
Mm-hmm. Like going up, like
it's in a cute little small area. There's actually a bougie restaurant right next door.
What's that called? There's kind of like a bunch of things connected to each other. So a bunch of different tiny restaurants and kind of stuff all connected.
Mm-hmm. Right next door, it has this little restaurant called The Bradley, which is pretty fancy.
It's very snazzy.
And when I say fancy, I also mean expensive.
It is a little pricier.
I wouldn't go hungry.
No, don't go hungry. They have more kind of smaller bite size things. Really cool drinks.
Yeah.
So that's basically right next door.
Yeah, and they got these cute little igloos outside right now that it's winter and cold outside. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of interesting to have that as well.
Yeah, it is. It's cool.
So back to Longship.
Yeah, back to Longship.
You walk in, the vibe there is really like chill but cool and classy.
Cool, casual, classy. I love the music they play there.
Oh yeah, the music, I was vibing it.
There's like reggae and kind of alternative, and it's cool. I love the vibes. I started
singing along and Danielle kind of laughed at me. So
why? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you both did.
Wait, to what song?
Towards the end when we were leaving. I don't remember what song it was.
Were you singing?
A little bit.
Was she singing?
Like under my breath.
I don't remember.
She's asking Armando. Armando was kind enough to.
He was our DD.
He was our designated driver.
He's awesome for it. Thank you, Mondo. Shout out.
We try to find a DD every time because we surprisingly get way more tastings than what comes in the tasting.
We started asking questions again, and poof, what do you know?
7
we got more
extra tastings.
You got 7, I got 6.
Yeah.
Woo!
It was a lot.
It's not like I couldn't have gotten more.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we both could have.
Yeah, she even asked us if there was anything else that we wanted to try or anything like that. We ended up buying bottles. Daniel bought a couple.
I bought 2. You bought 1.
I wanted to get a second one, but I was trying to be, what's the term?
Like frugal?
I was trying to be financially smart.
Whatever.
You're going to drink it.
Exactly. Have fun with life. Drink some wine. Cheers.
You can afford it.
Cheers. It's a terrible clank, but anyways. No, so back to the vibe. They have fun tabletops and
the food.
Cozy couches and chairs, and yeah, they have good little bites of food there.
Also, the service was really great, and it was really busy in there because it's a Saturday night when we went.
They're all really awesome. I've never had bad service there.
Yeah, it was great. And I'm kind of picky when it comes to service. But
they stay open. Let's tell them they stay open later Friday and Saturdays.
Let me look up the hours exactly so we can tell them for sure.
Which is great because most wineries, they open at 10, 11. Go until 5. No, this one, the owner, one of the gals that was helping us, she was saying how the owner's husband and wife wanted to give more of that kind of wine bar type feel. So stay open a little bit later.
So
I think they're open till 9 or something.
No, they're open till 8.
Oh, okay.
At least right now. Maybe in the summertime they're open a little later.
I feel like summertime they're open till 9. But
Monday
I don't know.
through Saturday they're open till 8.
Oh, Monday through Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
But
that's way more than I thought.
Yeah, but they try to stop doing tastings at 5 p.m. So, yeah, just because they want to have more of a wine bar feel. But I know the people at the table next to us got there a little after 5, and they were very willing to do a tasting still.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really
I think it's just because it gets so busy there, because most wineries, again, close at 5. And so when people show up, they want to make sure that for a tasting, they get the attention that they need, because a tasting is kind of involved. You ask a lot of questions. You're trying to figure out the wine. You want the wine notes.
Yeah.
Maybe you want some, like a charcuterie board to go with your wine. So there's a lot.
Yeah, they have nice little things to be able to pair with.
It's really involved.
It is. It's good. Yeah, they have like bread and olive oil dips, or even
salami.
They do have a charcuterie board. They have different baked bries, like cheeses.
And the goat cheese.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
The goat cheese.
It's so good. And they have flatbreads. They have a nice little variety to eat.
Let me see here. I pulled up their menu.
Oh yeah.
Flatbeds.
Flatbeds? We driving trucks here, guys.
Flatbreads.
Let me get my twang.
Meat and cheese boards. Baked brie.
The baked brie.
Baked goat cheese, bruschetta and mozzarella, oil and balsamic, flight. The oils, you got olive oil, white balsamic, hummus and pita, bread oil. Yeah. There was just so much to choose from. And we were towards the end of our tasting, and we were like, oh, like we should get a charcuterie board because we kind of want to munch. And I think it would have. There was one of the wines that I thought would be perfect with like meats and cheeses. Like I think it would have really made the wine a lot better for sure.
It already was a good wine, but just to kind of keep the taste on a more mellow end, I guess.
It definitely would have brought out more flavors, or when you eat food with wine, it definitely changes it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so should we get to the tasting?
I think we should. Should I start first, because we both did 2 different tastings?
Yes.
So I did their white and red flight is what they call it. And then you did their all red. They also have a reserve flight. So I'll go first because some of mine were mixed into yours. Does that sound good?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Okay. To start off.
There's a lot of so's here.
We're sewing it.
It's just so phenomenal.
We'll have to do a lot of editing on this.
So let's go.
We're not stopping. We're just rolling
cut it
through.
out.
My first one, I had the 2020 Steel Dragon, is their name for it, Riesling, which is sick. I think a Steel Dragon, I think of like classic rock. Anyways, fun thing. I thought it was kind of a pretty watery looking wine, clear, kind of light yellow color.
Yes.
And I mean, you smelled it too. Had a slight little pea smell to it.
Oh, that was the one that smelled like cat piss.
Yeah. I didn't think it smelled like cat pee, but it had a pea smell to it.
Let me pull out my wine tasting terminology little booklet here.
Yeah.
Because we don't actually know anything about wine. We're not sommeliers.
Yes, we didn't do our discretion. We're not sommeliers. We're not wine.
And, we don't have a wine degree.
Yeah, we don't have a wine degree.
We are wine enthusiasts, though, I'll say.
We love wine.
Yes.
So we just, we want to tell you what things taste like and what we're tasting.
And what we're learning along the way, for sure.
What we learn, and we just want to have fun too.
So cat's pee. All right. I got this little wine booklet, and it has a lot of information on the terminology used with wine.
Mm-hmm.
There's this word called reduction, which is modern winemaking techniques which prevent oxygen from reaching the wine, thereby enhancing fruit flavors. But this process can produce volatile sulfur compounds. At low levels, these compounds can add desirable traits such as minerality. So when you start tasting things like wet rock or stone, or what are some of the other flavors, Danielle?
I believe
candle wax, petrol.
Is it pencil shavings kind of one?
Well, there's rubber.
It's kind of these different.
Pencil shavings isn't woody, but
yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, so when you start tasting those like mineral flavors and scents and things of that nature, this is wise. At low levels, these compounds can add desirable traits such as minerality, but at higher concentrations, the sulfurous aromas can be overpowering because the reduction process can produce volatile sulfur compounds, which, again, low amounts of volatile sulfur compounds give you the mineral taste, but if it's too high, that's when you get the cat's pee, rotten egg, burnt rubber, and cabbage flavors or scents.
I feel like those very potenty type smells that
kind of negative
are a little bit
smells.
more unpleasant on the nose.
A little.
Yeah.
When I smell cat piss, I just replace the carpet. That's what comes to mind.
Not deterring from the taste of it.
So
because there's a different taste.
When you tasted that one, what did you think when you tasted it?
Well, my taste, I definitely put more of. There was definitely a tartness to it. I mean, it's a Riesling, right?
My thought on Rieslings is that they're usually really sweet.
Yeah, but this one had more tartness to it for sure. Definitely a citrus finish, which was kind of nice. And their notes for it are aromas of white flower blossoms, melon and citrus, Granny Smith apple, stone fruit, and honeycomb with a crisp, citrusy finish, and pleasant minerality is how they put it, not minerality. I don't know really the difference.
Interesting. So stone fruits are a mix of peach, plum, apricot, and cherry generally. Okay.
See, and I had no hints of Granny Smith. None of that really melon. I just really got the citrus finish with that one. I think I wanted to try and smell the white flower blossoms in it. But just that, that little hint of pea smell. Just.
She says little, but to me it was pretty strong.
But hey, if you like Rieslings, don't be afraid to try it.
It wasn't bad.
Though.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't
bad. I definitely liked it.
Don't let that deter you. And then my next one is a 2021. It's called Mind and Memory Sauvignon Blanc or Sauv Blanc.
The Sauv.
Or, funny thing for you guys.
What?
My friend.
What?
So her son, his girlfriend at the time, couldn't say Sauvignon Blanc. She was having difficulty with this. I think you know the story.
Okay.
She was like, "How I can't say it. How do you?" And he just looked at her and he said, "Slob on my Sauv Blanc."
Oh my God, that went so dirty so fast.
Sorry, guys, I had to. But shout out our friend Heidi, her son. We love them. He's hilarious.
They are sweethearts. But anyways,
so back to my drink. A
Back
Sauv
to the
Blanc.
Sauv Blanc.
No dirtiness. This one was definitely a watery, almost clear color.
Yeah.
It was a lot lighter than my Riesling was.
I was surprised. It was like almost like water.
There was a hint of color in it.
Speaking of which, where's my water at? I'm supposed to be drinking like a gallon of water a day. Hold on, I gotta go find it. Danielle's gonna continue on.
I'm going to continue. My Sauv Blanc had more. Oh Lord, had more of a grapefruit. We're just a mess this episode. Grapefruit forward smell for sure. That's all I smelled. So I thought it was very aromatic for the grapefruit forward. I'm not the biggest grapefruit fan. I don't like grapefruits. Man, now I feel like I'm stumbling over it.
I absolutely do not like grapefruit.
I really don't.
But isn't that the one I got? Like the passion fruit?
You did. So you got passion fruit. So I smelled the grapefruit in it, but when I tasted it, I had a very tart. And in the description, there's a Meyer lemon aspect to it. And then I tasted guava at the end.
The guava was strong.
As it's like tapers out. And I love guava. You love guava. Guava's good.
The guava was strong with this one.
It was, so this is their notes for it. It's a vibrant aroma of fresh grass, juicy grapefruit, ripe pear and passion fruit, which you tasted or smelled. The palate is mouth-watering with lemon zest, white peach, and nectarine. The lingering finish has flavors of guava, Meyer lemon, and wet slate for days, it says. For days.
For days.
I definitely thought it was a drier white.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, definitely. I would agree.
Mm-hmm. That one was different. I liked it. I wish it had more of the Meyer lemon taste. They had this other Sauv Blanc that I had this summer. I think it was like a 2020 or something. It was more of that Meyer lemon taste to it. It was, oh man, it was so good. So just even that like year difference, I think. And I'm horrible at
seasonal
years, but
the seasonal releases are definitely very different.
all the soil change,
yeah,
and weather, absolutely. Okay, and then so my third one, so we had like 6 tastings for each one, which is awesome.
Not including the
Our
extra
extras,
tastings.
yeah. So we had 6 tastings. They give you a good pour, like 2 ounces. So my next one, I had a 2021. It's called Wild Harvest Rosé. And it was a really clear, pretty light pink color. I liked it. I definitely put leggy. Had the legs.
The legs.
That one I smelled stone. And a citrus smell, I put like kind of question marks on that. So then I looked back at the notes a little bit, and it had that wet slate that we had talked about earlier, Lauren. And
from the volatile sulfur compounds.
Yes. Yeah.
Giving the mineral tasting.
Yes, the minerals aspect to it. So I had the wet slate, and I had a sweet citrus smell. So I was like kind of on that aspect of it, but definitely the taste was different than the smell. I had a good watermelon sweet taste initially, and then I felt like there was a honeydew that kind of gave it a nice mellow finish at the end. I thought it was a pretty good rosé.
The rosé was good. I liked the rosé, for sure.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was like a solid rosé for summertime.
The rosé, it wasn't the best rosé I've had. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite rosé. But like, if somebody else bought the bottle and they poured it for me, I would drink it for sure. There's been some where I don't want, so.
Yeah.
But the rosé was good.
It was very good. The notes on that said aromas and flavors of watermelon candy, fresh made strawberry lemonade, honeydew melon, citrus zest and wet slate, juicy and refreshing on the palate with hints of white pepper and ripe peach. Very refreshing summer drink.
Yeah, agreed.
Not denying that. So it takes us to my fourth.
And my first tasting.
Yeah, your first tasting. Yeah. So this is the 2019. Oh, my thing must have.
Pet cheetah.
Yeah, mine
Grenache.
accidentally autocorrected to per cheetah.
No, it is pet
Yes.
cheetah.
Pet cheetah.
Grenache, which was 95% Grenache, 5% Syrah.
Mm-hmm.
And this bottle cost about $40.
They
were around there.
roughly $40 for the reds, and then I believe the whites were, I think, in the 20s or 30s.
30s.
Yeah. Okay.
30s.
Yeah.
For this one, it was red, kind of had a more watery color. To me, I got a lot of blackberry and plum for the smells. What'd you get?
So I put that as like a clear ruby brickish red color.
Yeah.
But fairly similar. And I definitely got a berry smell to it. That was very forward.
And flavor-wise, a lot of plum, berry, and like a light pepperiness to it.
Oh, yeah.
But there was definitely a tart.
Okay.
Like tartness at the end, I think.
Yeah.
Which I thought this wine would be a good, like, everyday wine. It's more of like a modern style, more of a fruitiness to it.
Absolutely. I thought it was super easy to drink. Or if you're new to wine and want to delve into reds a little bit, I feel like this might be an easier transition type wine.
Yes, I would agree because of how like modern and so when we say modern style wine, that's like it's more of a fruity flavor.
And is it a younger wine too?
Yeah.
Is that in that
so
category?
generally, yeah. Traditional wines won't be so fruity.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about it here. Hold on, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it right here. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. As she's looking that up, I had like the rhubarb taste in it. And then
That was the tartness that I got, I think.
With, the berries combined. And then I had like black tea at the end.
Oh.
So that's where a little bit of the spice comes in, but not so much. I love black tea. I love tea. So I love all the things that stay in your teeth.
Wine and tea.
So good.
Danielle has brought up these wine wipes before.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we featured it, though, yet.
No, we haven't talked about it at all.
We
actually.
haven't. It's been in our...
Well, do you remember where
our
you got them from?
Our demo podcast. Yeah, wine wipes. So I found it at Target. I don't know if they still have them, though. I'm sure you could probably... Amazon, they got everything A to Z, right? I'm sure they got wine wipes. Anywho, Lauren over here.
So I found that.
Yeah.
So when it comes to style, in general, modern wines are fruitier, more concentrated, more alcoholic, and often highly oaked. While traditional wines are more restrained and subtle. Modern wines are also called international, since they tend to be more about the winemaking style than the place that they come from. Although it's not clear cut and many wines are in between, most wines will tend to be either more modern or more traditional. Try to pick which one they more are. So, because more traditional wines are based on location. So if you look into wines like Champagne or Petit Syrah or Malbecs, those are traditionally labeled based on where they come from, which region they're from. And over here, we use those grapes, but we're not from those regions, so we use the grapes, and so we mix them and match them, and so that's why we can get those different flavors based on our soil and all of the different environmental changes that we have compared
Absolutely.
to other areas.
That's a great explanation. I like that.
Thanks, Danielle.
Wow, we're learning
Oh,
things.
wow.
Wow.
This little booklet here.
Sound like Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow. What's the other lady's name that's on?
Jennifer Coolidge. Wow.
Wow.
Watch White Lotus, guys. Just saying. It's wild, but watch it.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it. Not trying to get off track, but you should watch it.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about her from Legally Blonde. The bend and snap.
Have you even seen American Pie either? She's
Oh,
like
yeah.
classic from that too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she Stifler's mom?
Yeah. That's what she's known for. But anywho, back to wine.
Yes. So
The next one.
that one was an everyday wine. The next one, what was it called? Danielle?
What was your next one? I don't know if it's the same one as yours.
Yeah, we had the Merlot.
Oh, okay. So it's the 2019 Magique Merlot?
Yes.
Should I Google this really quick?
It was 95% Merlot and 5% Malbec.
But I believe it's Magic.
Did
Merlot.
you ask Google?
I did.
What did Google say?
It says Magic. Listen to this. Hold on. Let
Turn
me
your
pull it
volume
up.
up.
I will.
Magic.
One more time.
Magic.
And I'm spelling it like how they spelled it.
Which is Majik.
Yes, correct. And it says Magic still.
Didn't you buy a bottle of this?
Yes, I did.
It was that good. It was very mouth-watering, I'll say.
Really good.
I got a lot of blackberry and plum, some tartness, a little vanilla. This was the one I thought would go well with meat and cheese.
You did.
Yeah. I really wanted some food with this one.
Definitely wanted food with that one for sure.
Food would have been great.
Right. On to our next one. It was my last tasting.
Oh, I think I had this one too.
You did, yeah. So it's the 2020 Bad Wolf Malbec. That one was pretty good. I said it was a cloudy, dark, it had a purple hue to it. So that was pretty.
I agreed with the cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
The aroma wise, I had tart, not tart for aroma, but blackberry, chocolate, like black currant. I kind of was unsure about that one.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
I said it had kind of a light tobacco smell.
Okay. And flavor wise, I got the tartness, leather, and peppers. Like I got a lot of like the pepperiness to it. And I'm really sensitive to spice, and so I really am like I pay a lot of attention to pepper taste.
For sure.
But the little like tasting notes, I think ended up saying like strawberry jam and chocolate.
Yeah, so I thought that I was maybe tasting like blackberry in it, but I looked at more of the notes. There's raspberry, cocoa, and I had more of a clove taste that was in the notes. So I was looking at that based off of what I was potentially tasting.
But I did smell the chocolate.
You did, and you told me that.
Yeah.
You were like, I smell chocolate in this. I think you smelled chocolate in the last one too, right?
Yeah, I typically really like Malbecs.
Man, that last one.
But
that Merlot was so good.
Yeah, the Merlot was really good.
But yeah, you normally like Malbecs.
And I didn't like this one.
You didn't like this
I
one.
actually wrote in my conclusion area here, don't like.
Yeah, you didn't.
Just don't like. I literally wrote don't like.
I love it. But I thought it had a pretty balanced flavor throughout, though.
I can really hear you munching on those.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. I'm eating a strawberry. It's really yummy. Sorry.
So that actually takes us on to the Quinn, which is a 2019 red blend. And this one is actually made up of 3% Carmenere, 55% Malbec, 28% Cab, and 14% Merlot. This one so far was my favorite out of all of the wines that we tasted so far.
I liked this red blend.
Yeah.
This was really good.
And actually, my coworker at my day job gave me a bottle of this, which we drank earlier today. And
We did.
it was very smooth, fruity. I tasted a lot of plum and strawberry.
Mm-mm.
And when you look at the glass, when you have, you got to do the 5 S's of wine.
Oh, yeah. Let's
You know.
talk about those.
Forgot to mention them earlier. But the 5 S's of wine are, hold on, what are they, Danielle? Sip, smell, savor,
Smell.
see.
Oh. No, that's the last
No.
one. Smell.
Ah, shit.
We fucked
What
up.
are the 5 S's of wine? Oh, shit. Hold on.
We fucked
hold
up.
on. Got it here in the notebook somewhere. Savor. Kind of like the 5 D's of dodgeball. You know?
You like
Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
But we just always like to end on drinking, so sip again.
The actual 5th one is C.
Oh, yes, see.
You look at it, right? You look at the color. Is it, for example, whites? Is it more clear? Is it an amber color? Is it gold? Things like
Right.
that. But Danielle has a philosophy here when it comes to seeing.
There's a point where I'm just like, you know what? It's either a white or a red. But, to look at the color, it's beautiful.
The colors do tell you a lot, but a lot
Yeah.
of times when you're drinking wine, you just kind of like, oh, it's a white or a red. Like, oh, like that's a pretty color. You don't really like evaluate the color depth to super much, but the color is going to tell you kind of a lot about it. Usually darker reds have a much more complex taste to them.
Absolutely.
And more gold whites are gonna have some more flavors to them than more of a clear white. So that was very vague, but it's
still,
true.
The 5 S's of wine.
Which are?
Oh, shoot. We just did them. Let's see. Sip, savor, sniff, swirl, and sip.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because drinking wine is the most important part.
Yeah, you have fun with it.
At least tasting it.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Always drink responsibly, you guys.
Yes. Drink responsibly. Have a DD, please. Okay, on to your next, Lauren. What's the next one? So we just did your red blend Quinn.
Yes, the 2019 Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
I loved this one.
Yeah, that was our favorite.
But
like a favorite.
let's move on to the 2020 Voyager Red Blend. So a year older.
Mm-hmm.
This is the COVID year,
COVID.
For this one, I got a lot of leather, mineral, kind of spice flavors.
So those reduction type flavors, right? We talked about?
I don't know. You have.
No, you talked about earlier,
thought
right?
the
Those are usually
spices-
reduction. Like the leather is a reduction.
So
It's like a fault.
leather, mineral, spices, and then like kind of a slight citrusiness to it. Smell wise, like
Oh, it's not from the reduction. It's from Brettanomyces. When you get a leather taste or earthy. Or it's called Brett. It's a yeast with many strains that imparts a wide range of flavors. Fairly common, especially in red wines. Considered by some to add desired character to wines when at low levels. So your leather that you said, it's Brettanomyces, if I'm saying that correctly.
To be honest, I don't know what that means.
I just told you.
But the flavor, it was actually really fruity and sweet. Tasted very berry-like and fruity.
Mm.
So I would describe it as a modern wine.
Okay. We said modern is younger usually as well too, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
This one was actually 56% Petite Syrah,
Mm.
44% Syrah.
Okay.
So, interesting blend there.
Yeah.
And then after that, we actually had my favorite of all of the wines at Longship Cellars,
Mm.
which was the 2019 Wise Man Cabernet.
Oh, yeah.
100% Cab Sauv. Aromas were cinnamon, vanilla, spices, and tobacco. Flavors, it was tobacco and berry, actually. And this one was definitely my favorite. I wrote fave, and put a star next to it.
We love it. It was yummy.
And so I would strongly recommend. Longship does have memberships. They have discounts on wines if you're a member. Or if you just go in there, you can definitely get set up with a tasting.
Mm-hmm.
And they do lots of fun events.
Yeah,
right?
they do a lot of food pairings with their wine. So they recently did a popcorn one with wine a little bit ago.
Yeah, and this weekend they actually had like a chocolate.
They're going to do a chocolate and wine for Valentine's Day theme.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually only $15.
Yeah, they're not
generally.
that bad.
Most of them are very reasonably priced.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if your husband doesn't like wine, or maybe
Yeah.
one of your friends or anything, doesn't like wine,
Mm-hmm.
but they have FOMO like myself, fear of missing out.
You got to get out.
So you bring them along, or you finally drag them along, and you're at Longship. They actually have meads,
Mm-hmm.
which were really good.
Yeah, they have 2 meads there.
Yeah,
One's on their menu, one is not, but
yeah,
still.
when we went, there was like a guava and a rhubarb.
Yeah, guava and then strawberry rhubarb.
Strongly recommend trying them.
Yeah, try them out. See.
If you're not from this area and you're looking for it, unfortunately, Longship Cellars isn't located worldwide.
No, they're more local based.
Yes, but if you're on the west side of the state, they are found in Hagen.
I believe she
Hagen's grocery
said
stores?
the Hagen. It might have been a different one though
Yeah.
too. She wasn't quite sure. But yeah, on the west side of Washington State, you can look for the Starship
Yes.
Red Blend.
Yes, it's labeled as Starship.
Mm-hmm.
And they really took care of us there. They actually gave us a tasting of the Starship Red Blend. My aromas that I got was tobacco and berry. It was very fruity, had some dryness to it, a little bit
Yeah.
of spice. It was very smooth.
Yeah, I got like a spicy sweet, definitely a tobacco spice. And then I put kind of ends and a dry woodsy type taste.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. And I would buy. I wrote it down.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
I didn't write that on all of these, so
Yeah, that was good.
yeah. So if you're looking for a good wine from the Columbia Valley in the stores,
Mm-hmm.
Starship Red Blend is a good one. And she also gave us a tasting of the Petite Syrah and the Sin Salt, which I actually ended up taking a bottle of the Sin Salt home.
And those are their reserve wines, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Those were good.
I thought the Sin Salt would be a really good summer drink.
Yeah, it was definitely a lighter one for sure.
And I know it's winter right now for us, but we have been...
Oh, yeah.
It's been sunny out lately.
Yeah, I put on here easy to drink in summer. And me and you definitely agreed on that.
An everyday wine for sure.
Really fun.
One thing we didn't mention was that we did do a blind tasting a couple weeks ago.
Oh, we did. That
here
was fun.
at Longship.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw us for a loop.
Yeah. I mean, so we've talked to you guys. We're not sommeliers, anything like that. So, you know, we did this blind tasting and we were like, man, I think they're messing with us right now. But
we for sure thought. Also, we had been to Treveri the same day.
yeah, we did 2 in one day. That's kind of a lot.
And so how accurate our taste buds were at this point.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
It was a fun day, though.
It was a great day. We had fun. Oh, let's refill here for a minute, guys.
Replenish and rehydrate. You're going to make me have to pee.
That's great. That's great.
Was that a Coca-Cola commercial or what?
No, it's for the wine.
You should become a voiceover.
The wine.
Coca-Cola commercial.
No Coca-Cola for me. Only the wine.
Wine has antibacterial effects, actually.
If you keep it in moderation, it's great for the body and the teeth. But, sorry guys. Ladies, you only get 1 glass a day. Guys get 2. And I believe they only consider, is it 4 or 6 ounces?
I think it
for
was
a glass.
4 ounces for women is considered moderate.
And guys get 2 glasses. Unfortunate. But you know, if you somewhat keep it in moderation, it's great. Yeah, we told you guys we're hygienists, so you know, we look out for the teeth. I did look up one time that some red wines have a little bit of fluoride in them. I was kind of surprised by that.
Do they?
Yeah.
So if you're anti-fluoride, you better watch out with that wine.
Better watch it, guys. Okay, guys, thank you for listening to us today.
Thanks for listening to Bitches That Wine.
Too much pressure. Bitches That Wine.
Tune in next month for our next episode where we're not quite sure where we're going to be going yet.
Yeah.
So you guys let us know if there's a winery you want to hear about so we can visit them.
And give you our thoughts about it and everything.